love the talk in Doctors in just half an hour. But now here on RT1, will Wendy regret speaking her mind? It's Shortland Street.
Oh, what's Jill doing? I didn't know if Jill was seeing George. If you and George want to have it off in your lunchtime in parked vehicles, I couldn't really care less.
You'll be getting a formal warning for this, which I suspect won't be your last.
It wasn't George in the ambulance with her, it was me.
Hunter, she's gross.
You are the only one with a problem here, Sophie. No one else, just you.
This is lame.
You asked for it. And I'll continue keeping an eye on you until you realise that running away doesn't solve your problems. If English is too hard, ask for help.
It's not too hard.
Then why were you cutting class?
I was in the library doing my work. What's the difference?
Well, the fact that you can't tell shows you still have a problem with authority.
I lied to a court judge for you. You seem pretty happy I didn't have a problem with authority then.
Dad. He's being bullied.
What?
The kids in his English class are giving him a hard time about the fire, and that's why he's been wagging.
Oh, I should have told someone.
Who? You never believe anything he says.
Look, I'll talk to the teachers.
You can't. That'll just make things worse.
Well, what would you do then, Smarty Pants?
Wait for Mum. She'll know what to do.
Unlike your old man, huh?
He's your brother. He's supposed to be me.
He's right, though. I'm an interfering cow, and I'm taking my misery out on everyone else.
Are you miserable?
I don't know. I mean, I took this job, I sold the bar, I thought I'd get my life back, but I haven't. I still feel old and bitter and twisted.
Well, you don't look it.
But I do. All that crinkling of my nose, giving Jill the evils every time I see her flirting with you.
Well, that's partly my fault. And Jill's a friend, but if it's making you feel weird, then I need to change my behaviour. Stop her playing up to me, you know, be more attentive to you.
It's not your problem, though, it's mine. I mean, why should you have to be any different with Jill? At least you have fun with her. I'm just a fun, stealing, nose-crinkling whiner with no life.
Dad's good. Yeah, he's at home now, pretending to relax.
Sounds about right. You let me know if there's anything I can do.
Sure.
I mean it, even if it's just making cups of tea or delivering messages.
I will, thank you.
Do you have the surgical roster?
Ah, who's the troublemaker?
No, that would be you, according to Sophie.
She ratted me out to my boss twice.
Not deliberately.
Yeah, right.
Well, I wouldn't blame her if it was deliberate.
Thanks a lot.
Well, come on, you've been goading her. Every time Sophie comes near, you're all over me like a rash.
Hardly. Okay, maybe I've been winding her up just a little.
Why?
Because she gets all uppity about it. It's funny.
I don't think so. And I don't think Sophie deserves that. She's my girlfriend, Hunter's sister. You should be trying to get to know her. Maybe if you did, you'd actually like her.
Having to tell an old woman she has to have her hip cut open again, all because you made a mistake. You must be feeling so stressed.
I'm okay. She was pretty decent, considering.
You don't need to be staunch. How about I come round after work? I know lots of good ways to relieve tension.
Bella?
Mum! We've missed you.
Oh, missed you too. How are you all?
Same old. How's Pops?
Fine. They're both still a bit shaky.
I have a surprise. This is Isaac.
Well, I know Isaac.
Yeah, I know you know him, but did you know he's also my new boyfriend?
Well, what happened to Brody?
Mum?
I'll leave you girls to catch up. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Isn't he dreamy?
So, Brody.
Oh, it doesn't matter anymore. Brody is my past and Isaac is my future.
Well, you've only been going out 5 minutes.
I finally find someone who is smart and handsome, who also happens to be an actual doctor, and you still can't say anything nice.
I didn't mean that.
There's just no pleasing some people.
What a drama queen. Imagine what she's going to be like when Isaac dumps her.
Jazz.
Oh, come on. Like, you really think they're going to last?
Go and check on her, eh? Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry I couldn't make it to court.
Whatever.
Dad told me how it went.
I bet he did. Proud his son's probably going to jail.
Well, jail's a bit extreme, Eve. But you could end up with a criminal record for the next 7 years.
Don't worry about it. Dad isn't.
I was so sure that you were telling me the truth about the fire.
I was.
So why didn't you deny the charges?
Dad was never going to believe I didn't do it. So if I entered the plea he wanted to hear, at least one of us would be happy.
Evan only accepted responsibility because he thought that was what you wanted. He didn't actually do it.
I know that now.
Well, first I've heard.
Well, I thought I'd wait to tell you until you got home.
Well, your timing sucks all round. If you'd believed your son before he went to court, then we could have done something about it.
After all his lies, I was sure he was guilty. I thought the judge might look favourably on him if he owned up. Look, I botched things up, I know, but I'll stick up for him at their family conference.
And what, hope for the best?
What else can I do? I've apologised.
But he doesn't believe you.
Fair enough. I don't believe him either. But I'm going to do all I can to make this right. Somehow.
Here she is. So, bring me news of the outside world. How is everything?
Fine.
And you? How are you?
Fine.
Oh, no, you're not. Come on, you. Here.
It's nothing. I'm just tired and stressed, and I'm not getting along with some people at work.
When you say people, I presume you mean Rachel.
Yes, she is one of them. I'm not going to let her shaft you again.
Darling, you are worrying yourself sick over something that might never happen.
It will happen. It's just a matter of time.
If it does, and I fully expect it not to, it's my problem and I will deal with it. There's no reason to get so worked up over this.
It's what I do, though, isn't it? I think the worst, and then I stick my nose in where it's not wanted.
You shouldn't be so tough on yourself. Look, I'm grateful you care, but I'd prefer if you stopped stressing and got on with your life and your job.
I think I'm going to get an early night.
So there's no reason why I shouldn't have access to my money now? No, I'm not a consultant, but I will be just as soon as there's a vacancy. That is because my cousin is being a pain in the butt. Uncle, it is my inheritance. I should be... Fine. No wonder my family's so rich we never part with a single cent if it can be helped. So what are you doing here looking almost sympathetic?
I may have been a little bit hard on you.
No, you were right the first time. I stuffed up. I need to own what I did.
Yeah, all of that, but I didn't need to go on and on about it. It's just that we practically wrecked Luke's career to save yours, and then you go and shoot yourself in the foot. I got angry. But I've calmed down now.
Well, we all do and say things in the heat of the moment that we probably shouldn't.
But it's not the end of the world, right? You can apply for a consultant position elsewhere. Central.
With who listed as my referee? One word to Chris and no other hospital will touch me. And as much as I hate to admit it right now, he's the best. I want to work under him. I want to prove myself.
So, 6 months of boring surgeries.
No inheritance.
Well, Chris won't give you the job or recommend you, but that doesn't mean he won't intervene on your behalf with your uncle.
Chris doesn't know anything about the money side of things, and I don't want him to. I don't want to give him the satisfaction of knowing how much he's cost me.
Chin up. You still got me.
This is such a waste of time.
Welcoming Mum home.
It's a chance for us all to catch up.
Well, just as long as it doesn't take all night. I'm meeting Isaac later.
Don't, you'll put me off my food.
Traffic was worse than I thought. Hope you've all ordered.
We were waiting for you, apparently.
This will more than make up for it, I am sure.
What is it?
Come on, open it. So what do you think?
It looks really good.
I thought you'd be pleased. It's absolute top of the line. Daniel helped me pick it out.
But it's not fair. What's he done to deserve it?
Apart from truancy and arson, who says crime doesn't pay?
Girls.
Oh, I don't remember any fancy presents. Do you, Jazz? Just a whole lot of hand-me-downs.
How much was it?
Don't worry about that. It's for Evan's homework, so he doesn't have to be in at the school library all the time.
He's in the library because he's being...
So, Evan, what do you think?
It's okay.
Okay. It's got all the bells and whistles. Daniel reckon you'd be blown away.
I am. Thank you.
All right, then. Yeah, well, how about we order, then? Don't know about you lot, but I'm starving.
Anterior cruciate ligament tear on a 37-year-old male.
Wow, something new and different for today.
Is it an arthroscopic or open repair?
I'm the surgeon in charge. All questions will be directed at me. Proceed arthroscopically as the MRI supports.
Yes, sir.
Your attitude isn't helping.
Neither of these patronising pre-surgery chats.
Well, thanks to your ego and the rapidly deteriorating rapport with your staff, you're just going to have to get used to them. You need some time off.
Right. Not only am I not good enough to be a consultant, I'm now not good enough to be a lowly fellow. I'm going to prep.
Someone's still taking your decision rather personally.
Isaac told you.
About you not recommending him for the consultant position. He did mention it, yeah. Look, maybe our breakup had something to do with his mistake with Mrs. Beattie.
Oh, it's possible, but that doesn't excuse him.
Did you know that missing out on that position has cost him his inheritance?
Pardon?
Apparently the trust funds were to be released once he was made consultant. Look, I know you've always been invested in your cousin's career and his well-being, so it seems a shame that you felt unable to support him.
This isn't about money or family. This is about one of my surgeons not being ready to step up to consultant level.
Of course. Forget I mentioned it.
I don't have anything new to report about the neurosurgical unit. Everything's still ticking along.
Actually, I wanted to chat to you about Sophie.
Is she all right?
Well, to put it bluntly, she thinks you want my job.
Really? Well, rest assured, I have no intention of staging a coup.
I know that, and I've tried telling her that, but she's convinced she needs to protect me. She thinks I'm being kept out of the loop about the changes you're making to the hospital.
I see. Well, I suppose it's only natural her loyalties would lie with her father.
Whatever she said hasn't seriously breached confidentiality. I just wanted to give you a heads up. I don't want her insecurities to affect your working relationship.
I'm sorry? You think Sophie should continue as my PA even though she doesn't trust me?
Well, you haven't given her much reason to in the past. So I hope we can salvage the situation before she walks out completely.
I'll see what I can do.
Morning.
So it is.
How'd the operation go yesterday?
Oh, everyone survived amazingly. Thank you for asking.
Brooke mentioned something. She wondered whether your breakup is having an adverse effect on your work.
Is that excuse going to get me the consultant job?
She also told me that had you got the job, you would have received your inheritance.
She had no right. It's none of her business, or yours for that matter.
Have you tried talking to Uncle Garth? I've always found him pretty reasonable.
That's because you've never had to ask him for money.
Okay. So why didn't you tell me?
Why should I have? Unless that excuse is going to get me the job.
You know it's not.
Well, then I saw no reason to tell you.
The fact that Brooke did, though, obviously means she still cares for you.
Let me get this straight. It's not enough that you're ruining my career. You're now trying to ruin my relationship with Bella.
All I'm saying is Brooke could be better for you, more mature.
Do you even know the meaning of the word ironic?
Oi.
Dad.
You're wagging again?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right, I'll talk. You listen. I know about those boys in your English class.
Big mouth Jazz, of course. She's such a suck.
Don't talk like that about your sister. Now, what are we going to do about these bullies?
I'm already doing it.
It's not good enough. I'm going to have a talk with the principal.
No, the thing I asked you to.
You'll have to stand up for yourself or just ignore them. Either way, as long as you keep your nose clean and stay in school. Wagging will count as a black mark against you at this family conference.
Don't pretend that you care. All you want is them to send me away to some youth jail.
So what do you think?
You forced me to tell that judge I was guilty when I wasn't. Why would you do that unless you wanted me gone?
Look, I said I made a mistake and I apologised.
Like that means anything?
Then what can I do to prove it to you?
I don't know. Buy me another laptop?
At some point, you're going to have to grow up and accept what happened and get over it.
Here we go. Always angry.
I'm not angry. Look, if you don't pull yourself together, you're right. You will get sent to a youth facility. Come on, I'll drop you back to school.
Have you had a chance to look at the security tapes yet? I have, but I couldn't find anything, so I referred them back to the security company.
Fair enough.
And I've almost finished typing up the minutes from the HOD meeting, so I'll send them through in like half an hour.
Great. Actually, maybe you should start CCing your dad into those notes. He'll want to get up to speed before he starts back.
Sure.
Don't tell me this is schoolwork. Hang on a sec. Sit.
Why?
Because I want to chat.
You mean a lecture?
No lecture. I just want to know why you're cutting school.
What's the point of me going?
You're doubting the value of an education now?
No, I mean, what's the point of me going, sitting through class and working on the assignments? It's also pointless when I won't even be there.
Well, where are you going to be?
Kid prison, whatever it's called. I confessed to nearly burning down that building and putting 3 people in hospital. Even Dad reckons I'm going down for it. Not that he gives 2 hoots.
Firstly, I very much doubt you'll be sent away. And secondly, you're wrong about your dad. He's really worried.
Fine, he's worried. Can I go now?
No. Excuse me, can I have a pot of tea and a hot chocolate?
Okay.
Thank you. This whole thing with your father has gone on long enough, and you are not going anywhere until we sort it.
Do I have my daughter to thank for this mood you're in?
I see why the girls like Isaac. He's rich, successful.
Well, Bella's not about that.
I didn't think so either, but why else would she be with a guy? He's a dick.
Look, I talked to Isaac, and he seems to genuinely care for her. And she seems pretty taken with him.
He's totally full of himself.
Well, some girls like a bloke with confidence.
Great. Now you're in love with him too.
Mate, she's made her choice. Whether you like it or not, you're just gonna have to live with it. Harry Cooper. What? No. I dropped him back to school just before. Already? Now, right. Thanks for calling. Leave it with me.
If you've got a minute.
You go first.
No, you go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say that I deserved that telling off. I mean, I was late back to work. And the flirting with Daniel was just me being a jerk. I was just trying to wind you up. I'm sorry.
So you don't fancy him?
Well, I did, but I don't anymore. Actually, I kind of really like your brother.
Well, he really likes you too, I can tell. And I need to apologize for being so uptight. I'm not usually like this.
Oh, bad times?
They're getting better.
So, we're sweet?
We're sweet.
What's going on?
Oh, I should have rung you.
Well, the school did. I mean, sure, I just spent the last hour searching for my truant son, but here he is enjoying a relaxing lunch with his mother. Why didn't I think of that?
Evan's got a few things on his mind at the moment.
Yeah, he told me when I caught him wagging earlier today. Which no doubt you haven't mentioned to your mother.
She didn't ask.
Would you mind waiting outside? Your dad and I need to talk.
Maybe I should go back to school.
There's an idea.
He's scared, Murray.
Oh, he is milking the situation for all it's worth, and you were letting him.
I'm listening to him.
And I'm not?
You said he talked to you earlier about his problems.
Oh, yeah, when he tried to blame me for everything. Look, I have had a guts full of his excuses, so I sent him back to school where he should have stayed.
I'm not arguing that, but either he's not telling you what's really going on or you're not listening.
Look, I have been trying my hardest to get through to him.
Not hard enough, obviously. You shut him down whenever he speaks. You're emotionally distant. You buy him presents instead of apologising. You yell instead of trying to understand where he's coming from. I always thought you were a better father than that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yes, you did. And you're right. I'm a useless father.
What are you doing?
Well, what does it look like?
Looks like you're being the best boyfriend in the world, but that won't mean squat if Rachel finds you here.
Relax. She's at a meeting off-site. I checked.
Phew. So we're finally getting along better.
Oh, I thought you looked perkier.
And I patched things up with Jill, and now the most handsome guy ever is bringing me flowers.
Well, I reckon I owe you. You've been so good through all this industrial action stuff.
That's what girlfriends do. They support their boyfriends.
Well, boyfriends are supposed to support their girlfriends too, but I haven't been making that much of an effort lately. I've got some stuff to do tonight, but maybe tomorrow we can spend some us time.
What did you have in mind?
Dinner? And maybe go see a band afterwards. What do you think?
I think that sounds perfect.
How's things?
Good, really good. I mean, I'm okay, hanging in there. And I really hope we can be friends in time. I miss hanging out with you.
I miss you too. I was thinking maybe we could go out and get a drink sometime. Maybe talk things through.
I don't think that would be appropriate since I'm with Isaac now.
Well, I mean, it's hardly serious. I mean, you've been with a guy for like 2 seconds.
Actually, our relationship is serious, very serious.
You're sleeping with him already.
Obviously, that's none of your business, but since you ask...
Right.
Why did you blab to Chris about my inheritance?
Silly me, I thought I was doing you a favour.
What, by telling my cousin just how much he's done me over?
That is a bit rich. You're not the only one who's been betrayed here. Or does sleeping around not count as cheating anymore?
Look, he told me to do whatever it takes to make my relationship with Bella believable.
Oh, so this is my fault. Again. Well, don't let me stand in the way. Have a happy life.
Saoirse Ronan and Kate Blanchett star in our action-packed midweek movie Hannah tonight on RTE1 at 25 to 10. Stay with us now though when a great night out ends badly in Doctors after the break.